Strange scenes. Now, last night we reported on the smog that is clogging many of China's cities. Now we have the story of how the government hopes to tackle this problem. Looking for cleaner, renewable energy, China has become the world's leading producer of wind power, with almost a quarter of all the wind turbines worldwide. Many more are planned, especially in the remote regions, including Xinjiang in the far west of China. It's from there that our science editor David Shukman has the story.
A crucial moment at a huge new wind farm. In the stark landscape of Xinjiang in the far west of China, a massive blade is being manoeuvred. This is the scene of a frantic boom in wind power. And the Chinese are coming up with their own ways of accelerating the process. This engineer says it used to take 2 days to do one turbine. Now they can do 2 in a day. So the wind farms stretch in spectacular massed ranks for mile after mile. And this is just the beginning. China, already the global leader in wind, wants to double the number of turbines in the next 6 years. They're installing thousands of these every year. This is part of the biggest push for renewable energy the world has ever seen. But on a day like today, when there isn't much wind, the blades are hardly turning. So the question is, can this make any real difference to the future of energy in China? In the scramble for wind, turbines have been thrown up so fast that the grid can't always handle their power. It's also a real challenge getting the energy from remote regions like this all the way to the cities where it's needed. But everywhere you look in China, there are efforts to meet the surge in demand for electricity. New connections are being made all the time. The appetite for power is insatiable. It's a key part of China's growth, and the government wants as many new sources of energy as possible. China already generates more electricity than all European Union countries combined, nearly 5,000 terawatt hours at the last count. 75% of that comes from burning coal. Only 2% is generated by wind, but that's rising fast.
Just think of the size of Chinese market, how much electricity we produce every year, and 2% of that in absolute terms is a huge number. And wind has already surpassed the nuclear and become number 3.
A wind turbine factory. In the early days, China made cheap copies of Western designs. But this company, Goldwind, and others are now coming up with their own improvements. There's a dramatic rise in quality.
This is changing very rapidly. And there are 4 Chinese companies in the top 10 producers in the world, and some of them are producing very high quality products at the edge of the innovation worldwide.
Back at the wind farm, the final stage of installation. The pace is steady but relentless. Wind is more expensive than coal, but if any country can make wind pay, it's this one. A tiny figure waits at the top of the tower to receive the blades. This process can't be rushed, but it has become a mass production. The old Silk Road once ran through this frozen desert, bringing new ideas and new technologies. Now modern steel towers transform this ancient land, as China not only embraces wind power, but may come to dominate it as well. David Shukman, BBC News in Xinjiang.
China looking at every way possible to fuel its booming economy. Of course, all it needs now is the actual wind. Well, that brings today's program to a close. You can carry on watching BBC World News, though, for constant updates on our 24